Welcome guys, back to Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett, and on today's episode, we will be discussing protecting your energy on your positive upward spiral. So many of us go through life and have these day-to-days where we have built up some momentum, we're feeling great, and say somebody cuts you off in traffic. You have an aggressive driver out there. Somebody's rude to you at work. These things, they seem very intense in the moment we're in. They suck the energy away from us and make us feel bad. And oftentimes, if we let them, they'll take away from our upward spiral and the momentum we've been trying to build. How do we handle such situations? What do we do? What do you say? The important thing here, guys, is you never want to react emotionally to these random instances that happen. You must realize that when you enter the world and you put yourself out there, not everybody is going to have great energy. And especially depending on where you are and the type of people you're around, you may be exposed to a greater amount of negativity. I say this, guys, because at a core, part of this channel is you must elevate yourself to be around better people. And the unfortunate nature of that is if you're able to build yourself financially, you do get around better people. You know, even though they say, oh, the people at the top are mean, they're greedy. That may be, but it's also those same people at the bottom, and I would argue perhaps even more so. And the one thing that is different, though, is when you have money or you're in a nicer place, you're treated better with respect. The places are cleaner. The service is better. People are a little bit happier because they're being treated well. And that's why we should always aspire to be in a better place. Number one, too, if you don't like where you're living and you don't like the situation you're in, move. And then if you're still in a rough place, you need to work really hard and find a way to build yourself out of that place, too. And this ties back into everything, guys. So it's not just location, it's about eating right, it's about taking care of your body and doing all these things that you can to build yourself up to feel better. Once you're able to be in a better place and you're able to avoid some of these negative energies, you will never always be able to avoid them. No matter where you are, you will have moments where you encounter this energy. How do you deal with this? What do you do? And let's go back to you don't want to react emotionally. You must realize that there are people out there that just can't control themselves. We all have those outbursts of negativity where you just feel frustrated with life, where you're angry, where something is just not working your way. And the fact of the matter is, it is up to you with how you feel. You must reframe these situations as it's not you, it's them. They're struggling. They're going through something terrible and rough. And the very important thing, guys, you never want to lash back out and attack them in any kind of way. You may feel like you want to give them a little bit of microaggression back because they're giving you microaggression or perhaps full-on aggression. But no matter what, you never ever want to engage. You never ever want to push back with that because you are inviting the negative energy. One of my good friends had this phrase that said, you want to play with the pigs, you're going to get muddy too. And that's a fact. You play with that negative energy, it draws it in and it amplifies it. That's what it wants. And another quote from a very famous person that I won't mention. If you attack somebody who's a coward, they will always react in a dishonorable way. Meaning, they will always do something that you don't expect in a really low way. So never ever attack or provoke a coward. And many times, these people who put out the negative energy consistently, who are pushing that, trying to push people's buttons out there, they are cowards. And you need to avoid that energy at all costs. Another thought too, and another angle with this. Let's play it out that you're a bigger person. You do have that ability to fight back, to attack. There's many ways that this can go. You could lose because maybe they get the first punch in, maybe they get a knife, they have a gun, they have a friend behind you that hits you first. Even if you have that physical dominance, even if you have all these weapons around you, there will always be a factor that you can't control. Professional fighters, Navy SEALs always say disengage. Don't play with that at all, that kind of energy. And so we must take from this example and stay on our path and preserve our upward momentum and spiral. Guys, that's all I'm really trying to say here. So we have the negative things that happen. And on this same note, it is your responsibility to minimize any kind of negative output you have for this world. My goal for you and what I try to put out there for the world is if you feel good, spread it. If you feel bad or you feel negative, keep it to yourself, because you never know who might be hurting and who you might end up pushing over the edge to either do negativity to themselves or other people. So guys, this is just a life lesson for today. And I tell you this too because you will have those negative days. You will be pushed around by other people. But when we can build the strong foundation and you start to get better people around you, better information and better vibes, it is easier to resist the demons out there and the negative people. So please continue to watch this channel, guys. Thank you very much for following. This is Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett, and I have some really exciting content coming up shortly. Thank you.